Hello! I am Ben Pick, and thank you for joining me in another episode of Running to Write, where I give questionable writing advice through running metaphors. Today, to coincide with episode 12, I'll be detailing the 12 steps of the monomyth known as the hero's journey. There are different versions of the hero's arc, ranging from 10 to 17 steps. I'll be keeping it simple with the version I like best, which only uses 12 steps. I'll also be trying to steer clear of some of the extremely religious connotations associated with the template for the hero's journey. The idea of the hero's journey was popularized by Joseph Campbell, where he claimed that most mythological stories share an almost identical format. As the name Monomyth implies, the referred to format created a cyclical pattern of the hero's narrative and transformation. Disney's Hercules and Studio Ghibli's Howl's Moving Castle are some of the first modern myths that I thought of which had a near one-to-one mapping along the hero's journey. There were a few others, but as I frequently reference those in my other videos, I chose not to do so here. Similarly, video games epitomize the hero's journey, whether it's The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy VII, or Terranigma. Terranigma is one of the Super Nintendo's grand finales and masterpieces brought to us by the studio Quintet. This game is all about death and rebirth on a global scale as you accidentally destroy all life on Earth and then set out to resurrect it. The game feels oddly paced and without a clear plot at times, until you line it up to the hero's journey. Then it becomes a step-by-step approach to resurrecting the continents, plants, animals, and humans across steadily increasing challenges and moral dilemmas. Peter Tirius, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, wrote a much more in-depth article on Kotaku, breaking down this game's direct alignment to the hero's journey. I'll include a link in the description below, and I think you should check it out. For those who never played Terranigma as it wasn't available in the United States, I cannot praise this action RPG enough. It makes you question your life, the world, history, all delivered in a thrilling, beautiful experience. The soundtrack is emotionally invigorating, the visuals are grand for their time, and there are a good number of surprises along the way. For those who have played it, the article I mentioned is a nostalgia-filled critical analysis of this hard-hitting classic. Much like in Terranigma, typical heroes' journeys are not required to have a strong villain or a direct conflict with a significantly major antagonist. Rather, the monomyth can be bent to establish a series of trials and challenges which prevent the hero from achieving their goal. There are plenty of Greek myths where the hero was waylaid due to the forces of Hades, Hera, or Poseidon without directly confronting the gods of Olympus. Instead, they will prove their worth and arrive at home. The following steps of the hero's journey can occur out of order or be skipped entirely, but in general, they flow seamlessly and sequentially. We begin with the status quo. Welcome to Ordinary, where the main character is living their mostly peaceful life. They may be an established hero lazing about in abundance and arrogance, or a teenager performing household chores while dreaming of distant adventures. Luckily for them, they receive number 2, the call to adventure. At some point, a call to action and adventure is delivered to the hero, be it through a prophecy, obtaining a lost treasure map, a drastic threat to their life, or their strong desire to leave home. Number 3, refusal. This is an optional and often overlooked step, wherein the hero rejects the idea of breaking the status quo and leaving for their journey. Now, refusal can come in many different forms. It can be sleeping in to wait for the sun to come up and raise that temperature above single digits, and then never going for a run. It can be allowing fear and hesitation to hold you back from going on those journeys. Number 4, departure and mentor's arrival. Refusing the refusal, the hero leaves on their quest, where they meet and are guided by a mentor or supernatural aid. Common mentor tropes include fairy godmothers and wizards. Greek lore tends to use ferrymen, particularly for quests to the underworld. Much like the refusal step, finding a mentor can be optional, though the term mentor is often used fairly loosely. In this way, a younger teammate can teach the hero some valuable skills or knowledge, breaking the expected trope of having a wizened and older mentor. Number 5, crossing the threshold. The hero has left the threshold of the ordinary, crossing into the often supernatural realm. This may include a monumental barrier that they need to pass, such as the statue of a former hero at the village boundary, or the planet's atmosphere on a cosmic journey. Number 6, allies, challenges, and enemies. A band of allies join the hero, helping them along their quest in the ever-growing number of challenges to test their heroic caliber. Your basic challenges will often include battles with henchmen or menial tasks for the hero to perform. For those Herculean trials, the hero may be forced into less than glamorous jobs, like shoveling shit. Completing each challenge improves the hero, transforming them into a stronger, smarter, more confident person. Each success tends to also bestow an additional gift, such as a weapon, a spell, knowledge, or an additional companion. At this time, the hero's enemy is revealed, establishing their end goal. If the enemy is instigating the challenges from afar, then the hero is told who is pulling the strings, often by their mentor. If the hero and enemy directly meet, the hero will lose this initial confrontation. In their arrogance, though, the enemy will allow the hero to flee and return once they are worthy. Alternatively, the enemy can defeat and capture the hero, leading to number 7, the Innermost cave. Setbacks and various falls send the hero tumbling into a place of darkness, be it a physical dungeon, pit, or cave. This is also their emotional low point, where they begin to doubt themselves and believe that their journey is doomed to fail. Number 8, the ordeal. With nowhere left to go but up or out, the hero faces their own weakness and overcomes their greatest hurdle. Due to rising stakes, this often places the hero in a life or death struggle. Having survived the ordeal, the hero achieves a state of enlightenment, also known as apotheosis. Conquering their fears and the ordeal bestows upon the hero an immensely valuable treasure, one which is required to defeat the enemy. The most common treasure is a magic sword used to defeat evil. There's plenty of examples out there. There's the Master Sword, Excalibur, Masamune. I'll even throw the Elder Wand into that list. Number 9, the showdown. The hero faces the enemy armed with their greatest treasure, the friendships they made along the way. In all seriousness, the showdown is the final challenge, where the hero needs to utilize all the boons and lessons learned across their journey in order to survive the fight for their life. Number 10, resurrection and the road back. In defeating their enemy, the hero may have sacrificed their life. In doing so, they are now miraculously reborn with a new state of consciousness. Achieving their goal, the hero now sets their sights for home. More complex stories may have the hero's goals change and evolve well beyond what they were initially striving for. Maybe in defeating one villain, the hero now has to come to terms with the power behind the throne, leading to the next cycle of their hero's journey. Maybe while the hero only intended to defeat some evil ruler, they now need to contend with the secret royal blood flowing in their veins. Number 11, return with the elixir. The hero returns to heal their home with an elixir, real or figurative. This may be a potion to revive a loved one, magic to dispel a drought, or peace across the kingdom. And finally, number 12, the resolution. The hero receives their hard-earned reward, be it ascending to their rightful throne, sailing into the sunset, or returning to their quiet life as a farmer. For that last reward, they now respect the life they once saw as boring, having obtained a newfound inner peace. There you have my brief highlight of the hero's journey. I didn't delve into the inner and outer conflicts, though the best hero's journeys involve both wrapped up together within those pivotal moments. Across countless myths and stories, these steps blur together or occur entirely out of order. The hero may die in the midst of their final battle, receiving critical pieces of knowledge in an afterlife moment, and then be reborn to defeat their enemy. There are infinite variations of this loose guide to add to your storytelling toolkit. Who is your favorite hero? And in your opinion, what hero suffered the most across their journey? Let me know in the comments below if you are working on your own hero's journey, on or off the page. I am Ben Pick, and thank you for joining me in Running to Write. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. Join the Running to Write community on social media to share your thoughts. See you next time. Until then, go on your own quest and write those stories.